Let's not waste any time and get right into the scaling. Let's start with Beerus, as he is the center point of the scaling. Starting off with all the information we have about him in the anime. Wyzen uses a metaphor to explain how Goku and Vegeta have a long way to go to reach the level of the gods. Now this comparison is used a lot in the later arcs of Dragon Ball Super, where Goku is compared to the gods themselves. What we can do is build a scale off that information to scale Beerus, and later Jiren and Broly. How Beerus stacks up to other gods is very rarely touched on in the anime, but there is sufficient information to make an informed conclusion. First off, in the most direct comparison of the series, it's stated Beerus lost an arm wrestle with another god of destruction. More importantly, Beerus doesn't seem to think that it credits his own ability, more on that later, try to remember. Something Beerus can easily do. Lastly, we have Beerus having scuffles with other gods of destruction, being Champa and Quitella. These encounters don't help, however, as stronger characters always end the encounters. Let's add the events into the manga, since so far, all we can infer is that he is likely above Sidra, and that his one loss in an arm wrestle is disregarded by Beerus himself, as well as actual encounters with other gods never result in a meaningful encounter. First off, unlike the anime, the manga directly says that we cannot judge his abilities off the arm wrestling event. We also know despite Vegeta getting one shot by Beerus, he's told he would make a good god of destruction in another universe. This is partially backed up by the notion of Goku's blue forms, in the anime and manga, being within the range of the gods. Ironically, one of these examples is said by Sidra, implying Goku is suppressed Super Saiyan Blue, is on a similar level to him, almost like how Golden Frieza was. So far we can say, lesser god of destruction scale closer to Goku and his god forms than Beerus himself. However, there are three who may rival Beerus in power: Champa, Quitella and Belmod. Champa, sadly, isn't a rival despite the anime encounters implying he might be. We know this from the God of Destruction tournament, where Beerus hits Champa so hard in the air, the manga panel didn't even show it. Also, he isn't one of the gods who were able to make it to the end of the tournament. Quitella. Quitella is definitely one of the strongest gods, being that it was him and Beerus left at the end of the tournament. He also thinks himself, Beerus is better in strength, however, Beerus states, the feeling is one way. While strong, Quitella isn't as strong as Beerus and he knows it. He is the god who tricks Beerus into fighting all the gods at once, implying he is being boastful and requires help. Also in the fight between the gods, he never shown to be fighting independently. Unlike Quitella, Belmod, much like Beerus, does challenge all the gods all at once. Also, unlike Sidra, Belmod definitely scales higher, since Toppo is a god of destruction in the anime is still training to reach and replace Belmod, meaning Belmod is stronger than Goku's blue forms. Lastly, Belmod was the only god of destruction who didn't need to be healed after the tournament, despite taking direct hit from another god. Sadly, he isn't Beerus' equal. Beerus is the most powerful god of destruction, purely because all those who could rival Beerus, Champa, Quitella, Belmod, all while working together could not directly defeat Beerus, often with help. Beerus oftenly mocks his other gods of destruction, at one point almost one-shot 5 gods at once. His motivation is that same prophecy that has a Super Saiyan god, as Beerus' rival. This is the most compelling evidence, as it means that all other gods of destruction are not his rivals. So Beerus is clearly the strongest god of destruction. Let's see how Jiren stacks up. Looking at Jiren, we get the most hyped and most vague statement for power scaling. Jiren is immortal, even a god of destruction cannot defeat. How powerful does that make him? Well, this means he's at least stronger than the weakest god of destruction. Sadly, this is absolute low end for Jiren scaling. Remember how Toppo has better scaling than the god of destruction Sidra. Vegeta was able to defeat Toppo. Yet, Goku, Vegeta and Android 17 all together couldn't even beat Jiren's aura. That feat of Jiren's aura should be comparable to the accomplishments of Beerus, putting them on a similar level. Before we go more into Beerus versus Jiren, we should look at the manga, which made things a little clearer. Thanks to Toppo in the manga, we know the god that Jiren is confirmed stronger than is in fact Belmod. As said before, Belmod is one of the strongest god of destructions, either second or third, making this very impressive. Which is further confirmed by this comical scene in the manga. To find the power of Jiren, we need to know the power of Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. Which isn't actually too hard. From these guides we know that Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku is stronger than Beerus. And it's definitely Mastered Ultra Instinct as said by the translations. Thank you, Raw Animator, for pointing this out to me. Now, let's talk about something really important. In the fight between Ultra Instinct Sign Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Berserker Kefla. Kefla was definitely stronger, but Goku won. Was Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Jiren the same? Well, let's look at these moments in the fight between Jiren and Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. Jiren is definitely close, but he's not stronger. This ironically makes Jiren and Beerus at the same level. Both surpass all other gods, both are shown less than Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. You could say, Jiren only surpasses one god while Beerus can take on 11. Or you could say the vague statement is meant to imply Jiren is stronger than any god of destruction, including Beerus. To me, putting them as equals base to base works best. What about their other forms? Jiren has his awakened form from the anime, which actually did what Kefla could not, and overpower Ultra Instinct by such a degree, even the superior reaction isn't good enough. Beerus actually has two. Beerus, as well as any god of destruction, has the destruction mode shown by Toppo. Beerus also has a lesser Ultra Instinct sign than Goku's sign form, still potent enough to avoid most gods at once. Awakened Jiren is stronger than Beerus as his raw power is greater than Mastered Ultra Instinct. If we do another comparison to the Goku and Kefla fight, we can say that Kefla power as a Super Saiyan 2 could have been 2 times stronger than the Sign Ultra Instinct she fought. This is because she was confirmed stronger, while also getting stronger. This means Jiren awakened form could be 2 times that of his own base, and that of Beerus. When Toppo used his God of Destruction form, it boosted his power to rival Vegeta's evolution form, which is a rival for Goku's Kyoken times 20. This means if Beerus uses the form he could get 20 times more power. The Ultra Instinct could be stronger. The sign Goku used was equivalent to a Kyoken times 20 Spirit Bomb. However, even sign Ultra Instinct Goku has better mastery than Beerus, so it's somewhere between 20 to 40 times. We know it's above 20 times since it's Beerus' preferred form that Beerus would try to use. Now for the third competitor. How does Broly stack up? What can he add to the scaling? Broly didn't change the scale as most suspect. Instead, he just showed us how far Goku and Vegeta were from Beerus, as well as showing us Goku, Vegeta, and especially Golden Frieza's improvement. What should we know is that we cannot compare the Goku Broly fought with the Goku Jiren fought. The reason being is that all the characters have gotten stronger between the events of the Tournament of Power and the events of the movie, as shown by the manga. We only get one direct form of scaling for Broly. Goku says Broly is probably stronger than Beerus. Now, as already said, Beerus' power is poorly outlined, and we don't know if this is referencing Beerus' base, or his God of Destruction mode, or his lesser Ultra Instinct. We also have an official guide that says Broly is the strongest antagonist so far, making him above Awakened Jiren, who is also above base Beerus. However, this is all a low-end scaling for Broly. In the movie we get a statement from Golden Frieza, saying with full confidence, no being in existence could defeat Broly. This is also confirmed in later translations of the novel as well, just with slightly different wording. Now you might think this is implying that in the initial Super Saiyan form of Broly, not even the strongest one later, would be above any form of Beerus and Jiren. This is not the case, however. Frieza does describe Jiren as having absolute strength in his awakened form. This means Frieza is crediting the initial Super Saiyan Broly and awakened Jiren equally. However, that's not Broly limit. So initial Super Saiyan Broly is relative to awakened Jiren. You could say since Broly's statement is after Jiren's that Broly initial Super Saiyan is stronger than awakened Jiren. But as you'll see, it doesn't matter. When Gogeta arrives, this form of Broly is a match for his base form. However, Broly insane potential has him grow in strength, so much Gogeta is forced into going Super Saiyan. Meaning, while fighting Gogeta, Broly gets about 50 times stronger. This is reinforced in the novel, where Gogeta dodges blasts without problem. Then later goes Super Saiyan. Then they do the equal clash again. Even if we lowball this increase, and say it's 50 times base Jiren instead of 50 times awakened Jiren, Broly still has the most raw power out of himself, Beerus and Jiren. This includes looking at their other forms, like God of Destruction mode Beerus, or the lesser Ultra Instinct form of Beerus. Now let's address something that sounds like a contradiction. How did Frieza last 30 minutes in his fight with Broly if his fight with base Jiren looked like this? Now this is because Frieza got massively stronger since the Tournament of Power. This is shown twice. First, Frieza states that his original plan in the movie was to go to Earth by himself without the intent of fighting. But with Broly he's confident in fighting Goku and killing him, while Broly fights Vegeta. In the anime and manga Vegeta has his evolution form. This means, Frieza thinks he is above Goku as a Super Saiyan Blue. Secondly, the novel states that Golden Frieza survives fighting Broly because he is just that strong. This doesn't mean he's stronger than Beerus or Jiren, it just means Golden Frieza is closer to that level than both Goku and Vegeta. The scale is as such. Numbers in the next video. Thank you for watching. Beerus vs Jiren vs Broly visual scaling. How strong is Kaguya Otsutski? Channel update video. All ideas for future videos in the description, so we all know what's to see later. Check out my Dragon Ball playlist. Thank you again to Raw Animator for helping with the scaling.